So I'm 24 right now. At the moment, I'm in Thailand, and my business has just crossed the $1 million mark. I've achieved $1 million in the last 3.5 years in sales for my business, Alpha Setters. And I'm just going to be explaining in this video exactly all of the core things that have got me into this position. Now, I've finally hit a massive milestone, right? Which is 1 mil generated through my business. Now, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not rolling in money, and I wouldn't even consider myself rich, to be honest. I have a business that generates me roughly 40k per month at the moment, um, which is definitely not bad for a 24-year-old. But obviously, my goal is to have £5 million in the bloody bank account. I want to be able to fucking retire everyone, provide for everyone, buy houses here, there, and everywhere, buy all the best cars, be the best looking, be the best dressed, have the best girls, just all of the above, right? But I've hit a massive milestone now, which is my first $1 million in revenue for my business, which is it's a pretty insane milestone to now look back at because, I mean, I remember being 19 and being very, very lost and not really knowing what I wanted to do in life and working at Nando's, kind of getting into self-improvement, but just not having that clarity of how am I actually going to make money. So I wanted to make this video as like the perfect video that I could have watched back in the day, back when I was just a retard, on like how to actually change my life to get to this position much faster than I actually did. Because this 40k a month part that I'm at right now, I can only give you advice up until the position that I've achieved. I can't tell you how to become a billionaire by the age of 25. I can't do that because I'm not a billionaire yet. But what I can tell you is exactly what I've done to get to this point where at 24 years old, I am now making 40k a month in my business. And we're going to break that down into steps, okay? So I've got a lot to talk about, but I want to make this as useful as possible. I want to make this like super, super clear, super concise, and just talk about the core things that really helps me. At the end of the day, I've got a full YouTube channel that you guys can go through and watch a load of other videos, but I think this video is going to be very, very, very useful for the people that are looking to get started, right? So there's a few things that I want to talk about, right? The first one is opportunity. I think a very common characteristic of successful people is being able to recognize and capitalize on opportunity. We're going to talk about habits and how to literally design your life in a way where it becomes impossible to fail. And then we're going to talk about mindset. Because I think these three things, if you really nail these three things over the next 2 years, I think you will be able to achieve this 40k a month mark a lot faster than I have. I said at the start of this video that in the last 3.5 years of doing business, I've made a mil. Now, I've been in this game for a lot more than 3.5 years. You know, I mean, I started my whole journey into wanting to make money online when I was 19 years old. So that actually puts it 5 years. 5 years ago is when I actually started wanting to make money online. 5 years ago is when I first started looking into self-improvement. And it's taken me the last 5 years to get to this point. Now, I've tried loads of different side hustles. I didn't really make money in most of them. But I can look back at that and be like, okay, those were lessons that got me to this point. I can look back at those and be like, the reason why I didn't make money in those things is because I wasn't the guy that deserved the results yet. Like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, where, you know, you don't have skills yet. You don't have values yet. You don't have core belief systems that have been ingrained into yourself that are designed to make it unreasonable for you to win yet. You don't have those things yet. So you're watching YouTube videos, you're watching Eman Gadget, you're watching Tate talk a load of shit, and you're still not connecting the puzzle pieces and you're still not getting results. So I can remember being 19 and being in that position. And then I started to work on my self-improvement. I started to work on these three things right here. I came across opportunity, appointment setting. Made 1.5k in my first week, and I started making money for appointment setting. Then I upgraded and started a management agency. And then I started a coaching program. And then I started to see success. But I recognized opportunity, which was high ticket sales and this whole info bubble that we're in right now, this whole creator economy. And I was like, wow, that's insane opportunity. So let me double down. I dialed in my habits. I replaced the bad habits for good habits, and it completely changed my life. And I can't emphasize that enough. And I'm going to be talking about some more practical steps that you can actually implement in order to get that right. Like, how do you actually get the habits right? We all know we need good habits, but how do you get it right? Okay, how do we get it right? And then we're going to be talking about the mindset. To be honest, actually, I'm actually going to switch these two things around, actually. I'm going to talk about mindset first and then habits, because actually I think that's more important. So, first things first, when we're talking about this, let's talk about opportunity. A lot of people wouldn't know opportunity if it slapped them in the face. Genuinely, like they could be asleep at night. They're gonna be asleep, and they could have a dream, like a really vivid dream about like some insane opportunity that's going on right now in the world. It could be AI, it could be high ticket sales, it could be something. They could have a dream, they could have a source of inspiration. They wake up and be like, wow, that was a bit of a mad dream. Oh wow, there's so much possible in life, and then be like, oh yeah, that was cool. That was a cool dream. Yeah. That's the life that I want to live. And then they'll just be like, then they'll just roll over and go back to sleep. And then morning comes, they forgot all about the dream, and then they just continue their little NPC life, which goes nowhere. That's most people. Most people would actually not recognize opportunity when it slaps them in the face. But successful people understand that there is opportunity everywhere. Successful people have the absolute opposite problem. They don't have the problem of not being able to find opportunity. Successful people have the problem of not having enough time in a day to capitalize on all of the opportunities. So, broke people equals struggle to see opportunity. And then successful people struggle with too much opportunity. Now, I'm not going to lie to you boys, because as I've progressed through the game, as I've gone through the stages, and I've started making more money, and I started to be a little bit more successful here and there, I won't lie to you boys. The amount of opportunity that will be accessible to you once you're making money increases. Now, as you become more successful, the opportunities in front of you will go up and you will have more opportunity. However, I'm also not going to lie to you boys and say that there is not opportunity out there for every single person watching this video. I'm sure if you took a successful person, if you took a billionaire and put him in your position today, your exact life, the exact same situation, he would still be able to spot a million different opportunities. So what does that mean? It means that spotting opportunity is a skill. It's a skill. Everything that you need is skill. Skill. So spotting opportunity is a skill. Now there's this thing, right? It's like the red car thing, right? It's like an experiment that you can try yourself, right? If you think about red cars, next time you go out and you're thinking about red cars, you're gonna notice, oh wow, there's a lot of red cars on the road today. You could even take that one step further and think, oh, like you could think about red Toyotas. And you're on the road and be like, oh wow, there is actually quite a lot of red Toyotas on the road today. Now, it's not the fact that there's any more red Toyotas than usual. It's just the fact that you're actually looking for it so that it stands out more. And that's the situation of broke versus successful. Broke people are not actively looking for opportunity. They don't have the right mindset to be actively trying to find ways and actively trying to look at things and find the opportunity. Whereas successful people, they're always on the lookout for opportunity. Now, to put that into perspective, everyone knows that AI is absolutely crazy right now. And literally, like about a week ago, the most insane technology ever has just dropped, and it's called OpenClaw. OpenClaw dropped, and it's basically this AI that you can download to your terminal on your computer, and it's basically this 24/7 AI agent that you can have working for you on autopilot on your device, doing things for you. So straight away, as soon as I found out that this thing existed, I saw opportunity. I was like, the opportunity in that thing is insane. The amount of ways that I could use that to make my life better is insane. So what did I do? In the middle of Thailand, even though I'm flying home in a week, I went to Central Samui here in Thailand. I went to like all of the different tech stores and was like, I need to buy a Mac Mini immediately. I need one now. I need a Mac Mini so that I can literally get this OpenClaw set up, or this AI technology set up on my Mac, so that I can get this thing set up. So for the next 7 days that I'm in Thailand, even though that I'm not taking this monitor, keyboard, mouse, I'm not taking any of this home with me, even just having access to this for 7 days before I get home, where I'll set it up again, is opportunity that I don't want to miss out on. So straight away, I saw this new AI tool and I was like, oh, that's really going to help me with my work. That's going to help me work so much more because I can get it to do things for me overnight in order to progress my business. So that 7 days of overnight tasks that I can get it to do is very, very valuable to me. And I saw the opportunity right then, right there. And I went in on that straight away. But broke people would see that level of opportunity and be like, oh yeah, no, I don't really understand anything about code. I don't understand anything about AI. I'm just not going to touch that. Oh, you've got to buy another device to get this set up, a Mac Mini for like 400, 500 pounds. Yeah, that's a bit risky. I don't really want to invest that money right now. Maybe another day. But the reason why I had to buy this today, well, no, not today. I bought it 2 days ago now. The reason why I had to buy it on the day straight away was because I knew that eventually everyone else is going to get on this opportunity. And I knew myself that I had to get on this before everyone else. I had to get into it straight away. Even though I felt almost bad that I was a week late to the party. I felt almost bad that people have got a 7-day head start on myself and been using this for the last 7 days and I haven't touched it yet. I was like, damn, 7 days have gone by and everyone else is using it, but not me. And I was like, damn, like that. And I had to capitalize on that opportunity straight away. Whereas broke people, they see opportunity and they just kind of put it off to the back of their head. And like I said, they wouldn't see opportunity if it smacked them in the face in the middle of the night via a dream given to them by God. God has given you this level of inspiration and now you've insulted him by waking up. Wow, that was a cool dream, and then going back to sleep. The successful person gets a dream like that, sees the opportunity, sees the vision, and doesn't go back to sleep like a dumbass. They get out of bed and they get to work and start grinding. So spotting opportunity is a skill, and like any skill, it's something that anybody can develop, and it takes practice. And the only way to practice a skill is by doing the skill. So every single day, you need to be going out and like thinking about just thinking of opportunity. The same way you think about red Toyotas, think of opportunity and you'll start to spot things. And when you start to spot things, you have to practice taking action. Because is it fair to say, boys, that a lot of people have great ideas, but a lot of people also don't take action? And if you don't take action, is it fair to say that if you don't take action, boys, you're never going to achieve? Because if you don't start, you can't finish. And if we're calling a spade, that's it. So you need to be able to recognize opportunity. Right now in the market, there is literally so much opportunity. Claude Code, insane, absolutely insane opportunity. Learning how to use Claude Code and OpenClaw. If you're a little bit more technical, you're a little bit more autistic and logical, and you like dealing with like complex things like that, I love it. I'm in my bag right now. I'm using Claude Code to develop a software that I truthfully think that I can sell this for millions of pounds. I think Claude Code is an insane opportunity. Insane. High ticket sales. Insane opportunity. This is the thing. Like, I'd be lying to you if I told you that this thing was making me a load of money right now. I think it will make me a load of money in the future, but the thing that's making me a load of money right now is high ticket sales. Because it's an insane opportunity. Goldman Sachs predicts the bloody online coaching space to be worth bloody billions, trillions, whatever by the year 2030. It's a rapidly growing market. Every single day there's new online coaches, there's new influencers, they're coming into the market and they need people to do their sales for them. It's a mad opportunity. Now there's probably a load of other mad opportunities on this list that I can't mention because I'm not in those bubbles. These are the two opportunities that I'm capitalizing on myself right now. But there's loads of opportunity out there. But what you need to do is you need to recognize opportunity and you need to take action. If you don't know where opportunity is, pick one of these two things and dedicate your life to becoming a master at it. And I promise you, it will become unreasonable for you not to be successful if you implement the other things that we're going to talk about in this video. Okay? So what you need to do, like ahead of time, like this is what you need to prepare yourself going into opportunity, right? Which is the mindset training. There's 3 types of mindsets that you can have that are going to dictate what you achieve. No, not victim, survivor. That doesn't look right, but we'll go with it. And conqueror. Yeah, I knew it wasn't right. Spelling's not my strong suit, but we'll call it there. You know what? No, let's get it right. Survivor. I, I don't know. I don't know. Survivor. Okay, cool. Victim, survivor, and conqueror mentality. Oh, no. Don't tell me I'm spelling everything wrong. I'm really bad at spelling. Right. So, victim, survivor, and conqueror. Victims make excuses. Victim is the worst position for you to be in life because what it means is what you're telling yourself by being a victim is that your situation is someone else's fault, but it's not yours. It's something's fault, but it's not yours. But the problem is if it's not your fault, you can't fix it. So as a logical person, if it's not my fault, that means I can't fix it, then why would I want anything to be my fault? Because would I rather my life be in something else's hands, or would I rather it be in my own hands so that I can fix it? So your situation is your fault. But the victims don't see it this way. Victims always make excuses. I remember door-to-door sales. Oh, it was raining. Oh, no one was answering the door. Oh, the area was full of Indians and they didn't want gas and electric. Whatever it was, victims make excuses. The reason why, oh, you're not rich because like everyone else, they get rich because they already had money or they just got lucky or they're just selling a course or blah, 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 blah. You make excuses, but excuses only sound good to yourself. Survivors are a little bit different because they're not necessarily the type of people that are always making excuses, but they're also not the type of people that are proactively looking to get better. They are drifters. They drift through life with no direction. And I think that's a very sad existence. I think it's really a sad place to be, where you're kind of just drifting through life, going with the flow. You wake up every day and just do your job and then go home and then just watch Netflix. They kind of just living and surviving and not really doing anything. Those are survivors, and we all know people that are survivors in our lives. And then we've got conquerors. And conqueror is the mentality that you absolutely have to have if you want to be successful. A conqueror is someone that takes full accountability. So it's always your fault. Everything in life is your fault. Proactive, constantly finding ways to get better, always learning, always looking for the next opportunity, always looking for the next way that they can start making more money. They are proactive. A conqueror takes their situation into their own control. And if things are in your control, that means you can fix it. And that's the beautiful thing. I was broke at 18 years old working at the Amazon warehouse. I didn't like my life because I was addicted to playing video games. I was addicted to alcohol, going to parties. My best friend was called bloody Trappo to show you how dark my situation was when my best friend was called Trappo. It wasn't a good situation to be in, to be honest. Working my warehouse job, 12-hour shifts, coming home, bang on the PC, play some Terraria or Rocket League or Smite or something really nerdy, something really weird. Friday night comes. What's the motive for the weekend? No motive. Okay, boys, let's just go Weatherspoons. It was a bit of a sad place to be in, but I decided to take accountability for my situation, cut out the bad friends out of my life, fix my habits, fix my mindset, and now fast forward to today, I've been able to retire my mother, pay off my stepdad's mortgage, and I've got a business that's generating me 40k per month, right? So once we've got the mindset right, once we've got you in that conqueror mentality, now it's time to fix the habits, right? Because the habits dictate everything. Habits are the things where you show me a man's habits, I can very, very quickly tell you what path he's going on in life. Most people's habits, what they drink, like they watch like TikTok. For some reason, they might even cope and be like, oh, "Yeah, I watch TikTok, but like my feed's educational." No, like successful people aren't watching TikTok. I promise you. They watch TikTok. They watch Netflix. They eat junk. They have bad friends that they hang around with. We know what bad habits are, right? But then we also know the habits of successful people are usually the complete opposite. They're focused on their purpose. They're focused on their work. They've got good people around them. So I read 2 books that I recommend. The first one was called The Compound Effect. And the next one was called Atomic Habits. I read these two books and they completely changed my life, and I recommend that you both read them. And one common characteristic of these books, it talks about the small changes over time lead to massive, massive changes by the end of the year. 1% better every day led to 37 times better by the end of the year. And I thought that was a bit of a crazy bar because it's called the compounding effect. It compounds, compounds, compounds. 1% better today, you've increased your stat. And then 1% better of that increased stat increases the stat even more. And then 1% better of that even more increased stat increases the stat even more, even more. And it just gets out of control. And that's how you engineer your life to the point where it becomes unreasonable for you not to win. And how I would recommend engineering your habits is be fully autistic with it. All or nothing. This is what I did. I sacrificed everything. Full dopamine detox. I was addicted to playing video games. Sound. I delete all of my games. I'll get rid of my laptop that I used to play games on. Okay, I have a PS4. I can't play a PS4 without a TV. So I literally gave my TV away to two lesbian women that I didn't know. And I didn't charge them for it. I just gave the TV to them because I know that the number one way to stop doing a bad habit is to make it difficult to do the habit. If it's difficult for me to play PS4, I'm not going to be able to play PS4 because if I wanted to play PS4, what would I have to do? Go and buy a whole ass TV and install it back onto my wall. Well, I'm not going to do that, so I wasn't going to play the video game. So the number one thing that you need to do if you want to fix the bad habits is make the habits difficult. So any bad things that you've got in your life right now, for example, if you want to lose weight, then don't allow any sort of snacks or junk food in your house whatsoever. Ban yourself from Uber Eats. By like literally get your account banned on Uber Eats. I'm actually not going to give suggestions on how to do that, but you can quite easily get yourself banned off these platforms to the point where you can't use the apps. You know? If you want to control your spending habits, literally freeze your bank cards or put a spending limit on your bank cards or refuse to pay for anything unless you're paying in cash. Like if you want to stop a bad habit, make it difficult. But I'd recommend going autistic, completely change your life. Every bad habit that you know that you've got in your life right now, just get rid of it and replace it with good habits. I replaced my video games for reading books. I replaced partying on the weekends for going through online courses and trying to find ways to make more money. I replaced scrolling social media to posting on social media, documenting my self-improvement journey. And take all of your bad habits, replace them for good habits, and you'll see very, very quickly on how you can change your life. Now, habits, I can't stress it enough. Like it really, really is important. It comes down to everything. Everything that you, like the small things that you do on a day to day. You know, you think 5 years from now, everything is going to be different. There's two major habits that I recommend that you deploy today, and these completely change the game for me. The first one is daily objectives. Every single day, before you go to bed, set yourself objectives for the next day. Blah, 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 blah. And make yourself a rule that you're not allowed to go to sleep until you've ticked off all of the objectives. And that's that simple. Even if your daily objectives is just one objective because you've got a really busy day, which is read 50 pages of a book, you're not allowed to go to sleep until that's completed, no matter how tired you are, no matter what time you finish work, no matter what comes up in life. Let's say you get home at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're super tired, you want to go to bed, you've had a really stressful day, and oh my God, I'm not going to have enough sleep, and I've got to wake up tomorrow. No, bro. You've made yourself a promise. You've made yourself a commitment. Please finish your daily objectives. You get home at 3 o'clock in the morning, too bad. You've got to read your book, bro. You've got to do it. And if you do this every single day, you're automatically going to achieve so much more than everyone else. If you think about this, I've done this every day for the past 5 years. Every day of completing my daily objectives every day for the last 5 years. Imagine how much I've achieved in 5 years just through the compounding effect of doing this every day. So that's the number one habit that changed my life. And the next one is education to entertainment ratio. Most people entertain themselves a lot throughout the day. Music, TikTok, video games, Netflix, alcohol. But they don't educate themselves very much. They don't spend much time going through actual educational courses. like courses that are actually designed to teach, not just like a random podcast, like actual education. Even podcasts and audiobooks are still good. They're still education. But most people's entertainment is high and education is low. If you want to build a habit that is good and is going to serve you for your future, you need to put your entertainment in the bin, reduce it to zero. Entertainment is now irrelevant. It's about as irrelevant as this empty fucking water bottle. Irrelevant. And instead, you put all of the time that you was entertaining yourself now into education. And if you do that, you're going to learn things that are going to actively progress your life forward every single day rather than the things that are going to keep you stuck. You do these things, 5 years from now, your life is going to get better. And eventually the education is going to become the entertainment because you enjoy the process of making progress towards your goals and you enjoy paying off your stepdad's mortgage and sending your mum a direct debit every single month so that she doesn't have to work a full-time job. So I hope it helped. Go through my other YouTube videos if you want like a little bit more stuff about this. We've been going for 25 minutes. I've got loads of stuff on my page. And also, if you want a way to track your daily objectives and build a streak and be consistent, download my app, give it a try, start a free trial. Even the actual cost of it literally costs less than that bloody water bottle that I just threw across the room because I bought it at the airport. It's literally like £3.50 a month. So check it out, boys. Check it out. Download the app. It's going to help you stay consistent. It's going to help you achieve your goals. I hope that helped, boys. And as always, keep grinding.